Here we have an Epiphone Junior, guitar that I found last week at Value Village here in Ottawa, Canada. And I put an elastic on here to keep this together, and I paid a whopping grand total of $26 for it. So first, and I haven't done anything to it. So first, let's take a look at it. So there's the bridge, Epiphone. That plugs on here. Take that off. That looks good. These guys look good. I guess that's as low as they go. We got the humbucker. Best of all, can you see that? We got the $29.99 price tag. Signature. I don't know why they do that at Value Village. I'm sure there's a reason. What's actually really interesting is this here. The neck is beautiful. What sold me on it was the neck is beautiful. There's no edges, there's no overhang, there's nothing. Really, really, really feels really good. Missing the knobs, missing strings. There you can see the logo on the back of it. You can see there's some dings and scuffs. I don't know how to show that. There are some dings and scuffs. You can see the official Epiphone logo. There's the serial number, so I think it's 2011. Very basic switchers. It was missing two. I bet you it was used as a base, or maybe somebody scavenged parts. You can see some nicks, some scrapes. There's some scrapes. Some more scrapes. You can see the jack is missing. Somebody pulled that out. So this is my brand new Epiphone. It's kind of scuffed up a little. You can see some dings on it here. Probably most of that was from just putting the stupid thing in the trunk of a car and delivering it to Salvation Army, or to Value Village. Anyways, their loss, my gain, my $29.99 gain. So now we're going to do a very basic touch-up. The neck is beautiful. Let's start by taking the price tag off. Let's start by doing a quick cleanup, seeing what we got here. Normally I would probably change the nut, put Graphtec stuff there, change the pickup, but I don't know really what I got in this thing, so I want to basically put it back together in a real basic way, see if I like it, and if I like it, then I'll go farther with it. But I paid $29.99 is the price tag. I had a 20% off coupon for Value Village, which I always keep one in my pocket. So I had $6 off, so that puts it down to $24 for this. So there's a tuner. So then I went to Amazon, and I shouldn't. I should buy locally, but you know what? I didn't. I got new, I hope these are the right ones. I got 4 new, perfect. These are scraped, man. These look like crap. These are all scraped up. This one is actually in better shape than the brand new one. Anyways, they're exactly the same. That's what you get for $9. These look like they've been used, man. That's crazy. You think Amazon could do plastic? Anyways, I think total price for all this stuff, $37 for this, $26 for this, plus whatever tax we have in Canada, 13%. So what is that? 26 and 37 is 3, carry the 1, is $63. Not too shabby. Not too shabby for a guitar of this quality. I don't know much about Gibson. I don't know much. When I walk into a music store, there's Gibson on this wall and Fender on this wall, and I always walk straight to the Fender stuff. At one point when I was a kid, I had a friend owed me money. He needed money. He gave me like his Gibson Les Paul. I gave him like $200. I had that Gibson for like months, I think. He couldn't pay it back. I was a pawn shop for a while. Anyways, I ended up giving it back to him, but I wasn't a big fan of it. Too confusing, too many knobs, too heavy. Always kind of hangs down this way. So, never really went back to Gibson after that. Anyways, this is okay. We got new knobs. I only needed 1, but I ended up buying 4. I got new, very basic tuners. Same thing, because I didn't want to re-drill holes. So we got exactly the same ones. I'll pull these ones off. I'll put the new ones on. Although I doubt they're any better. And we got a jack. This one, it came with no jack. So I don't really know how that works. Don't quite know how I'm going to rewire this. I think it's got a braided outside and a hot inside. So we'll see. Anyways, we will start. Let's start with just a little polishing. We'll take these off. Take these off and we'll start wiping it down a little bit. Anyways, this is a 2011 Epiphone Junior. Let's just see if these are exact. No, they're not the same. Yeah, these might be a little better quality. I might have upgraded, although I can't imagine. These things, I think I paid $12 for them. So I can't imagine that these are much of an upgrade. Anyways. Fun. I bought my Squire a few years ago, fixed that up, adore that thing, absolutely adore it. Now I have a Junior. I don't know if a Les Paul Junior and just an Epiphone Junior are the same thing. It's hard to figure out. There's so many different brands and models. Anyways, everybody seems to really like these guitars. They seem to be a good, fun guitar that everybody likes to have. Anyways, I'm going to get a rag a second. I want it dust free, and that's my objective right now. You know, all these people, if you go, I don't know if you're guitar players, maybe you know. If you're non-guitar players, I'll rock your world right now. People pay tons of money, like thousands of dollars, to get what is called a relict guitar. okay? A relic guitar is a guitar, it's usually a high-end guitar, that's like $3,000 that people will then seriously pay another $2,000 to get it to look like it's really old. But it's brand new, but it's going to look like it's really old. I went the other way. I paid $29 to get a beat-up guitar. And you know what? I don't care if I wreck it some more. It's bizarre. People have too much money in the world. People have too much money these days. This is going to go here. All right. That's not what I want. Woo! I thought there were no screws with it. Last thing I want is to stop doing all this right now and go to the store and buy some tiny little screws. There's my tiny little screws. So let's put the first one in. Do they line up? Yeah, they look like they line up. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Very bad. Don't do that. Don't dump screws, tiny little things, onto a table where they will inevitably be knocked over. All right. Those look okay. Those feel, they feel cheap. They feel cheap. But c'est la vie. Give everything a last little snug. A nice little snug tighten here. There we have them. New tuning pegs. Looks good, looks good. Not too shabby. Not great, but they work. And we're not missing two like we were before. Good work. Alright, so stage one is complete. All the extra parts are going to go back in here with the 4 old pegs. Well, one good thing, these are plastic. What came with them, what I got with these things were plastic, and these ones are metal, so I didn't want to ream anything out. I really didn't want to have to drill holes or do anything. So I'm being very lazy today. If you're an ambitious youngster, you don't want to look to me as your guide in life. Alright, I like it. I like it. I like a guitar with tuning pegs. Now, next, you know what I want to do? I want to just pull this off. I want to just quickly pull off the pickups and see what we find under here. What I don't want to do, though, is throw the screws around. Just to show you how old my toolbox is, my steel toolbox, I have a cassette tape in there. A cassette tape case. Don't ask. I don't know why, but it shows that I'm a very old fella. Alright, what do we got here? So my pickup says it is very basic, but it does say Epiphone, and it says bridge pickup. In the cavity there, there's nothing else, a little bit of paint. And that's that. So it is an official Epiphone. Or the knockoff people have done an incredible job of faking it. And I like the humbucker. I'm a big humbucker fan. Not super interested in P90s. Okay, well, next is going to be pretty straightforward. I have to find one of these. They're all scratched. Like somebody had them in their pocket. Like it's not like horrible, but geez, I don't know, man. So that's there. We want the 10. We want to kind of angle them so they're about the same. Ah! They're opposite. Look at that. They're opposite. The old one has the 10 here. The new one has the 10 there. And the 0 there. It doesn't really matter because I'm not going to really be looking. We are now 2 for 3. I got to get this plastic off. So we do just a touch of lighter fluid. Got to get this glue off. Ooh, cleans it right off. It's probably terrible for the plastic. I know the expert luthiers out there are probably wincing, saying, "Oh, that is a such and such plastic. Don't put lighter fluid on it." And you know what? I'll be honest with you folks. I have no idea what I'm doing with any of this stuff. I am relicking the $29 guitar. And when I'm done with it, I'll sell it for $2,000. Alright. Tuning peg's done. Knob's done. Again, super cheap knob. The new things I got, super effing cheap. So cheap, I can't believe that. Anyways, like the quality of this one is just 100 times better than this one. This feels cheap, it looks cheap, it is cheap. The original one feels a lot more solid. This just hollow. Ugh. All right. Now let's take the back off. Let's see what we got under here. Interior. I could not tell you what kind of pots those are. If they're 500 pots or what kind of pots, but the work looks decent enough. And this is what we have to fix. Now, the tricky part is you have the main wire and you have a white wire in the middle, and you have this braided part around it, and I kept on tearing the braided part. So I need the white wire. I think I need the white wire to go to this one, and the braided one to go to this one. And if that doesn't work, we just flip them around. How easy is that? But first, I think before I do that, I'm gonna do the strings. Alright, so this is a very strange way to do it. I'm used to putting things into the back of the guitar. With this one, I put them in this way and then wrap them around and put them around here. So, we want brass for the thickest one. I'm putting 11s on because it's all I have. They feel alright. The tuners feel alright. The neck is like solid. I'll tell you that much. The neck is thick. Thick this way, and even in the store, without strings on it. Who knows how long it's had no strings on it. Dude, that sounds really good. We're going to raise that just a little more. Just a little more. This is crazy low action. If you're not going to do any bends. Who knows how long it's had no strings on it. And it plays like that. I'm kind of surprised. Up here it's a little bit, you know, we got to fix the neck, but we're going to leave it sit for like 24 hours. But the intonation, everything feels really good. Could have been sitting there for years, probably for a long time without any strings on it. At the very least it had 4 strings on it. The neck is like a baseball bat. Wow. That is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. This is going to drive me nuts. I hate it already. Can we see this? So if we do the braided part on the outside, that sounds pretty clean. If we flip it around and we do it like this, seems quieter this way. So that's how we're going to put it in. Alright, we got our soldering iron. And again, understand I have no effing idea what I'm doing. But I did have to get some reading glasses for this fine detailed work. I gotta make sure that there's not 2 wires, there's no wires touching accidentally. Like this. Alright. I have no idea what I'm doing again. We're gonna heat this mofo up. And right here I have silver bearing, lead-free solder. Solder. And again, no idea what I'm doing with this stuff. These reading glasses suck, by the way. Come on, man. Expert. 140 watts. First one, soldered. Let it cool down.